I think this is a case basically of founder control. On the one hand, Facebook bought Instagram almost 6 years ago, and normally you don't get founders staying past their shares vesting maybe 3 or 4 years max. So 6 years is actually a pretty good run, and Instagram has had a lot of autonomy throughout that whole time. But over the past, I would say, few months, and even perhaps a little bit longer back, the people I've been talking to have just sort of said there's been a growing tension between Kevin Systrom and Mark Zuckerberg over Zuckerberg sort of asserting more control over how the product is being shaped, how they wish to sort of turbocharge some of the growth, especially in lieu of some of the problems Facebook has had on Wall Street recently with revenue growth. So that ultimately led to both the founders leaving.
Yeah, and Julia, it has been a tough year for Facebook. Systrom and Krieger, they're not the first founders of an app that's been acquired by Facebook to leave. I mean, is this really just a reflection of some of the turmoil we've seen for that company this year?
Well, Morgan, that's a good question. I mean, it's worth pointing out that the founder of WhatsApp, Jan Koum, who also had a seat on Facebook's board, he announced earlier this year that he's leaving. So I think it's a combination of things. One of those factors is that these are often serial entrepreneurs who like to be in charge and don't like to share control, to the point that that Mike made earlier. But I think there is also the question of what's going on at Facebook right now in terms of the scrutiny from Capitol Hill, and also questions about where Facebook's next leg of growth is going to come from. And it very much seems that Instagram is going to be the source of that next leg of growth. A lot of analysts are speculating that now, in the wake of their departures, this might mean that there's a lot more integration between Facebook and Instagram as one way to try to leverage Instagram's growth to help Facebook grow faster. The question then, though, is will Instagram lose its sort of special appeal, the fact that it is so different from Facebook, which could pose a challenge. So definitely a lot of changes at Facebook right now. It'll be really interesting to see who Facebook chooses as the new person to lead Instagram in the absence of its co-founders.
Yeah, Mike, the pressure to cross-promote with Instagram, the pressure to monetize WhatsApp, and the departure of Jan Koum. I mean, how long can these cross-platform tensions exist?
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem with Facebook is they've long really held up Instagram as a model for M&A. Even out here in the Valley, everyone sort of says, we're going to treat you like Facebook treats Instagram. We're going to be hands-off, promise you the world, pay you a bunch of money, and you can do your thing and then work for us, and we reap the benefits. And I think, or I know, Facebook was terrified of sort of ruining that M&A image that they had. And frankly, Mark Zuckerberg sort of had to step in, and or he felt he had to step in and sort of assert more of their control over time. So it's just sort of the realities, I think, on the one hand of M&A, and then also, founders just sort of realizing you can't always have your cake and eat it too when you're part of a bigger company with potentially different directives.